She's actually really nice, though.
Why did there have to be? Why was that a conditional statement? My son's girlfriend's Mexican, but she's really nice.
He's just like, as you guys may know.
I know what you guys are thinking about Mexicans, but let me stop you right there. This girl is nice. Welcome to the Dirt Star Sus Podcast. That's Cam, I'm Jake, and we are
the Grass Daddies.
The Sus Daddy. What? Whoa. Hey. Chill.
I got something funny to start off this podcast.
Well, I was first of all just going to say welcome back. We took a week off. Last week was Thanksgiving. That's why there wasn't an episode. We normally record on Thursdays. Obviously, Thanksgiving was on Thursday.
I had to leave on Wednesday, and we didn't want to rush the podcast because we want to bring the best episode for you guys.
AKA, we didn't feel like recording, so we didn't. But hopefully you all took the week off to kind of
ease your mind from all the stupid shit we say.
Yeah, just cleanse your mind. I listen to these guys every week. I'm a dedicated listener.
I listen to a minute of every podcast.
Notifications on. I'm right there when it drops, and I just needed a break from these guys. So you're welcome for taking a week off. We did this for you. You're welcome.
But we actually did not. You even said it. We didn't want to rush the episode.
Yeah, we basically, it was more like we were treating it like it was homework. Like, we got to get it done tonight. And we're like, you know what? We'll just take a week off. It's fine. What did you want to say?
We show up to my grandparents' Thanksgiving, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, we're talking about our podcast or whatever. My cousin complimented our video we made.
Were you just looking for every opportunity to bring it up? You're
no.
Just like, what you podcast? Oh, I have a. They're like nobody said podcast. You're just like, well, I have a podcast with my friend. Let me just show you it.
My cousin was like talking about our potash video. She's like, that shit's just so satisfying. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, me and Jake filmed it, and I was like, yeah, it's my friend that I do a podcast with. And everybody's like, you have a podcast? And I'm like, yeah. And then they all started listening to it at Thanksgiving.
Uh-oh.
And my stepsister was like, I am 100% listening to this all the way back to Tennessee. They were all like, yeah, we're going to have to listen to it.
I feel like we've mentioned it before. But really this podcast is just, our full intentions of this podcast are just to provide an escape for the harsh realities of life. And, there's a lot of shit and drama and sadness and hate in the world already. And we want to provide a safe place for people to just...
So all of you guys that are feeling down, you guys can come get a good laugh at Jake bullying me. Right, Maggie?
If it's what the people want, I give it to them. Okay, so a lot of you know.
Check you later.
Anyone that has a Spotify or social media for that matter knows about Spotify Wrapped, right? I have to give a shout out to someone because we made it onto someone's top listened to podcast.
Who?
My good friend Claire. I'm not gonna say her last name just because I don't know. My good friend Claire from high school, she sent me a picture of her Wrapped, and ours was at the top of her listen to Spotify. Podcast on Spotify. Now, I'm assuming she just doesn't listen to Spotify ever, and the only time she does is to listen to our podcast. Or if she's really hard up for listening material. I'm just kidding, Claire. Thank you so much for everyone for listening, tuning in. Like we said, this is a place. This is a safe place for you to come, giggle, and not think about those bills you have to pay or your boss that you wish would die in a house fire. You can come and watch us get drunk and make fools of ourselves at our own expense.
if you guys are coming to listen, like if you think this is just a strictly grass podcast,
Sorry.
We both decided that it wasn't going to be strictly about grass. Yes, we talk about grass. Grass and everything to do with grass is a huge part of our life. But
it was more so a catchy name.
Yeah, and there is grass talk on it. And if you guys have questions about something to do, that's something to bring it, like, that's something that we can bring up a topic about it, because we're not just going to sit here and bullshit about grass for an hour every episode.
Yeah.
There's
a very low, I feel like, niche of people that would actually enjoy that kind of podcast, and they're all just probably 50-year-old dads.
And
and while we love our 50-year-old dads, sus.
But if we do that, that's limiting our listeners. We don't want to limit our listeners. We want whoever to be able to come listen to it.
Yeah. But all that is to say, like, I don't want to ever, like, talk about politics or any kind of that drama. It's like, because that's just, I don't want to get divisive.
Anywhere down that, you're just getting, you're damned if
you're losing listeners,
and you're damned if you don't. And quite frankly, honest, I don't really give a fuck what any of our listeners believe in or don't believe in.
Yeah, and I don't like to argue unless it's with Cam.
Oh fuck. You're the most argumentative person.
Oh shit. Are we gonna argue about how I don't like to argue?
Yep.
Even though some of our episodes have been about me trying to prove you wrong. Speaking of, I think maybe next episode what we need to do, we talked about it before, is do the blindfolded beer guess. It's not really debating.
Yeah.
It's just testing our skills.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know, how I said I could point in a direction.
Oh yeah, I might put that in this episode. I need to edit it together.
Jake won't give me the benefit of the doubt. I did not point in the exact direction, but I was also a lot of beers deep. And
deep.
I was deep. That was like towards the end of the night.
Deep.
That was towards the end of the night. But we're gonna do something other than what we did, because
I might still edit it together and put it. I don't know. I might put it in this video.
Either way, I just want to hear your dirty little mouth admit that I was pretty damn close for being drunk, spun in a circle.
You were.
I pointed. It was north. And I pointed northeast. And then I pointed southwest. For being drunk, spun in a circle.
The one time, I have to say, there were Christmas lights on the north side house, and you could have had your eyes open underneath that stocking cap for all I know. I'm not going to call you a cheater. I'm just saying it's a very good possibility that you were. And you also were pointing so fast like this that none of us could tell what you were even saying.
What we're trying to say here is we're going to redo it. I want to redo it just for my own sanity, because I do think I can do it, and I do want to get a fair judge on it. I don't care. I'm not even saying just to prove you wrong. I just wanted to see if I can do it.
I'll edit it together. I filmed it vertically so we could post it on our Instagram or whatever, maybe as like a short or a reel, like on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I'll edit that together just so you all know what the fuck we're arguing about right now. But we don't like to argue.
Yeah.
So...
where'd you get this magic? Not
that was such a good transition. That was such a good transition.
Where'd you get this fridge from?
Let's address the big elephant in the room, guys. What is that? What is that black thing at the end?
We're making moves out here. Sunbeam.
What is that thing at the end of the table, I wonder? That these guys haven't been talking about this whole time. I wish they would address that. So, what Cam is pointing out is this here mini fridge. Now, I did a deep dig. I went on the interwebs, and I found
the dark interwebs.
I found a black market dealer who sells these very special appliances. Now, it was labeled as Magic Mini Fridge. That's really all the context I had, and I had to know. Because we've been looking to spruce up our background. In past episodes, we've just brought old beer boxes in to carry our alcohol, and I'm like, you know what? I think the set could deserve or use a mini fridge that we could use to actually keep our beverages cold. So I contacted this guy. He was anonymous. I got into a chat room with him.
How to pay in Bitcoin or
Ethereum. I had to use Ethereum, which I have some of. Luckily, got in there before. It's coming back up, so I'm pretty well stocked in Ethereum. And I got in a chat room with him, and of course he was using a voice changer. I couldn't tell what he sounded like.
Right.
And he explained to me that he was in Guadalajara, Mexico, and I don't know why you're laughing. This is some pretty dark, heavy shit.
I'm a skeptic. I was not part of this. I don't believe him.
He was in Guadalajara, Mexico, and there was a rabbi that blessed this fridge that this family used to keep it was a very impoverished family, and this is all they had to keep all their food and stuff cold. And then it got ravaged. Their village got ravaged, and the family was
by a pack of wolves, hyenas, or
other tribesmen, and they got unjustly murdered, and something happened spiritually where
now it's here.
He let me know that you have to be a little careful, but when you plug it in, beverages every so often will just magically appear in there. That's why it was called Magic Mini Fridge. Mm-hmm. So I have no idea what is inside this fridge. The package came in today. It was in a black duct taped package, with a question mark on it. And I opened it up, and here it is. It's a Sunbeam brand mini fridge, and supposedly it's magical. So if you're too scared, I mean, it's some pretty dark shit.
I'm just a skeptic. I don't think it's magical.
We don't need to open it. I plugged it in. It whirred up. I think there's something. I think it's getting cold. If it's all the same to you, I'd love to open it and see what's inside.
Yeah, let's open it and see what's inside.
All right.
I hope this gives
Brace
me a
yourself.
good...
There could be a raccoon in here. He could have been bullshitting me.
It could be just a human flaccid penis in here for all we know.
Very well could be. In fact, I kind of... Oh!
Whoa!
What?
What is that? All the way from
Mexico.
Loco?
Oh, it's Four Loko.
Four Loko, but it's...
That kind of makes sense, but it's a USA brand.
Yeah, whoa, that's crazy. We'll have to dig into here. You need me to grab...
Dude, yeah, grab mine. My mic stand is blocking mine.
Oh. He cleaned that too.
Yeah, it looks pretty clean.
Damn.
Thank you, anonymous guy from the dark web. But maybe should we check the date on these? I don't.
Nah, they're cold.
The Magic Mini Fridge coming in clutch.
Yeah, we'll have to see what flavor it pops out
next. Except it kind of
fucked
us. I mean, now I have to drink a Four Loko. Holy shit.
Yeah, well, that's sad. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy it.
Oh
after
man,
this first
it's kind of funny because I just saw these were new in store the other day.
I don't know if you guys have ever had a Four Loko, but if you have the first sip is
straight from Guadalajara.
The first sip is like somebody just punching you in the dick. Like somebody's just sitting there just uppercutting you right in the fucking scrotum.
Yeah.
And then you get halfway through the can, then it tastes good.
Smooth sailing. Speaking of Mexico, I got to tell you something funny about what happened to me over my Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay.
So, as I told you, we went tailgating for the Husker game.
Yep.
I got up at 4:15 in the morning to go. He said, Ben, that was previously featured on the podcast Ben. It was his tailgate, his spot that he had reserved in a parking lot. And he asked me if I could be at his house at 5:30 to help him set up because it's an 11 o'clock game. So I woke up at 4:15.
It might be bringing in more beer.
Yeah, I can hear. I don't know if the mics are picking that up or maybe the vibrations are coming through, but like, yeah, I don't know if it might be teleporting more beers in there.
I guess we'll have to see in the next episode.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to find. So I got up at 4:15. I went and helped him set up, and it's freezing cold out here.
It was fucking cold.
It was freezing cold, and he has a Mr. Heater, which we were trying to get it hooked up. The first propane canister we used, propane tank, was fucked up for some reason. Like, it was completely full, but it wasn't working.
Valve might have been frozen.
So I don't know. But then we hooked up the other one, and it was working. We had 2 tents set up next to each other with walls.
When you were talking about that, we were talking about that, and you said he had a surprise. Was it one of the turbine?
Yeah, so it has a burner and a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it was nice. We had we had 3 walls basically, and we just had the 2 like side walls,
mm-hmm.
And then the one back wall, all facing north because that's where the wind was, and we had the opening to the south, and that's where we had the heater, and we had it blowing air in to our little tent set up.
Cave.
Yeah. We had a couple TVs set up. We had our cooler in there. We had some chairs. And once we got that heater going, dude, it was pretty nice. It was warming up pretty nice in there. Now, this guy shows up with his parking pass. And each pass is for like a specific spot in the parking lot. And his spot was directly next to the tailgate. And he gets out, and there's like 3 or 4 people with him and his family, and they get out, and they're all standing there. It's windy and cold, and we're standing in there in this nice warm tent, and you could just tell this guy was like trying to get us to invite him in, because he kept standing by the entrance, like trying to talk to us, and he'd be like, "How are you running this thing?" Or like, "How are you powering this?" We're just like, "Generator." Like, we were like,
yeah,
we were trying to like. We're not really...
Like, fuck off?
Yeah, but without being like, can you get out of here?
Politely fuck off?
And then he's just like, so where are you guys from? Like, like just continues to try to probe conversation. And Ben was there, other Ben, and he was like, yeah, I'm from California.
Of course, Ben. Dude, if you can't... I don't think Ben can
Social butterfly. But the funniest thing, I had to turn away. He goes, yeah, my son's girlfriend's from California. He's like, yeah, she's Mexican, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, she's actually really nice, though. I was like, I had to turn around, because I'm like, thinking in my head, contrary to what you might think about this Mexican girl, she's actually really nice. Like, why did there have to be... Like,
she's actually really nice, though.
Why did there have to be... Why was that a conditional statement? My son's girlfriend's Mexican, but she's really nice.
he's just like, as you guys may know.
I know what you guys are thinking about Mexicans, but let me stop you right there. This girl is nice. So I'm like, who is this guy?
Was he an Iowa fan?
No, he was wearing he was a Husker fan.
Oh fuck.
Oh, I don't know if even anyone else caught that. But just when he was just like, yeah, she's Mexican, but she's actually really
You're just like,
why was there a but? Why was there an actually?
Like, dude, you could have just left out the whole like third half of this sentence.
You could have just said, my son has a girlfriend from California. Why did you even have to mention that she was Mexican?
Especially like to somebody you don't know. Like, you could have been like, my son has a very nice Hispanic girlfriend. Okay.
Even that is kind of weird to me. My son has a very nice Hispanic girlfriend.
He might be wiring shit, but
oh fuck,
he might be wider than white on rice. But
I didn't say Asian. So, how was your Thanksgiving? Did you do anything fun? Shoot blue rocks.
Yeah, we did shoot some blue rocks. Thought I might have went deaf.
For those of you who aren't Hicks,
Clay pigeons,
trap,
skeet, yeah,
blue
all
rocks.
the above.
Why are they called blue rocks?
What do I know?
Because aren't they made out of like ceramic, like clay?
Biodegradable clay. I don't fucking know what they're made out of.
Well, you get clay out of the ground.
I just shoot them.
I don't know what they're made of. I just shoot them. That's not the most redneck thing I've ever heard.
Well,
excuse me.
we had it all set up. My grandpa has like a corral in his backyard. Well, we were on the far end. My grandpa has like barns and shit that kind of block the wind. So my dad, we get the whole thing set up. My dad's sitting in the house. He comes out and he goes, "Why the fuck are you guys shooting those out there? Scoot them back here or we got a windbreak." And then
you're like, "Shut your ass up before I get a 15-inch crescent wrench."
I'll pitch slap you. It was
I'll
so
tighten
much
that
nicer.
screw
though.
you got loose in your head.
It was so much nicer up there though.
They just wanted to be able to shoot from. They wanted to just sit in the living room. They're lazy boys and just open a window and just ball.
Boom. We did
Pull.
that, and then
did you just have like the hand flingers?
no,
Did you have a mechanical?
all my my dad and uncle and like that, like the older adults, they went in and they bought my grandpa like an electric throwing one, so you can stack like a shit ton of blue rocks in it, and it has like a foot feeder remote.
Damn, I got for a couple years ago for Christmas. I got Cole spring loaded. I think it can throw 2 at a time. I don't know if it has like a stacker thing, but we got to take that out sometime.
We had a spring one. This was another Thanksgiving, and I was like super young, like finally pretty much shooting guns like without adult supervision.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at Thanksgiving. Well, I was sitting on a 5-gallon bucket behind the thrower, and I was gonna like one of the spring loaded ones. Well, the blue rock stuck in it.
Oh.
And I was sitting on the fucking 5-gallon bucket, and so the thing went. So these spring loaded, they go all the way like around, and then they hit their stop.
So like,
and then
does
you
it go
pull
here and then go?
Well, no.
Or
so
like, does it go all the way around?
So it depends on how you set it, because I think you can like loosen the spring so it like throws them lighter, or you can tighten it, and then the fucking thing will just like.
Okay.
But so it was not set right, so we tried to put a blue rock in there to test it. I pulled the string. I was sitting on the 5-gallon bucket, and it came all the way around and threw the blue rock and hit me right in the shin.
Oh! Did it explode on your shin?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I was just a little kid. I was like, motherfucker.
Fuck me to tears.
But yeah, it was fun. We
Jesus
didn't.
Christ.
Well, and then me and Bailey's dad were planning on gonna go shoot blue rocks. So I bought like a big, like 210 round box of shotgun shells, and I went through like 2 boxes. So now I got a shit ton of shells. But we should go shoot blue rocks.
That'd be fun. It's about all the hunting I do. I just hunt clay pigeons.
We'll get you into it.
I didn't have that exciting of a Thanksgiving. I still think it'd be fun to do a Friendsgiving. Might be getting too late for that though. But I still want to smoke a turkey.
Let's just do a Muskgiving.
What's that?
Christmas giving and mix Christmas.
Muskgiving?
Yeah, Muskgiving. And do like a
Chris giving.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Christ
What's Chris
giving.
giving?
Let's do
stuffing. Because I was at the store and I was looking to see if like the turkeys were on sale yet.
Mm-hmm.
They still had a like shit ton of them at like full price, and I'm like, what?
It probably will be that.
Thanksgiving's
until
over.
Christmas. A lot of people do
true.
turkeys on Christmas too.
True. I also kind of want to smoke a ham, not like a pre-cooked ham. Like get like an actual like ham from Fairway or something. And smoke that.
You know what you should
Smoke
do?
that bit.
You should come Yodi hunting with me this weekend.
Coyote hunting.
We might go.
I wear my ghillie suit.
Okay, you'll freeze your tits off, but okay.
I'll wear my ghillie suit and I'll hunt him with a shotgun. I'll just get real close. Sneak up in there. We'll borrow some coyote piss from work. Or would that deter them?
I'll probably bring them in. I got a fart.
I'll bring them in.
Ooh. But yeah, I got my call.
I'll just gargle some of it. Bring them in.
Oh, you see, like, I see a lot of prank videos. I follow, like, Hunting USA. It's on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I see, like, hunting, like, videos of people pranking somebody, and they're like, here, drink this apple juice, and they squirt dough piss.
Is that even a prank at that point?
I think that's just fucked up.
I feel like that's just like, I'm going to hurt my friend.
That's too sinister.
I'm going to harm my friend.
It was like,
put this gun in your mouth and see if it's loaded.
I guess it's...
Maybe not.
I don't know. It might not be
that quite bad.
It might not be a big thing for everybody, but, like, deer hunters. Like, I grew up with a bunch of kids that deer hunt, and their dad would always make them take a bite of the heart raw.
That seems kind of...
Like, I thought it was weird.
Ritualistic. Now bite the heart. What?
But then if you
want to go hunting with me.
The one kid, because, like, my family never really deer hunted, so they were always foul. But so I asked the one kid, I'm like, why the fuck do you guys do that? Like, and he's like, well,
it's tradition.
Well, essentially, he's like, my grandpa was, like, super, like, religious, and he said it was, like, I don't know.
Like a sign of respect to the animal?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm like...
I don't know what satanic religion he was practicing, but I can assure you, biting the heart of an animal as a sign of respect.
Well, like, and I know, like, a lot of kids, like, some kids didn't take a bite out raw, but their parents, like, their dad would make them eat the heart, like, after it was cooked.
What the fuck?
Like, they had to eat the heart of the deer they killed. I don't know what it is with it, but we'll have to look it up. I'm curious now.
One time my grandpa said he'd give me a quarter if I licked the salt lick.
And you did it?
I hopped right over that cattle fence and I picked out a clean spot and I went, nope, salty. He's like, I'll give you a quarter if you lick that mineral block. I was like, okay. I was young. It was last week. No, I was young. He's like, I'll give you a quarter. I more so did it just because I thought it'd be funny. Oh, man.
Are you halfway through?
Dude,
I'm like not even a quarter.
So, I can already sense that we're stalling out on conversation.
No.
So.
No. I was just having like a serious talk.
I was thinking about the last time we drank a Four Loko, I told you a really great story.
Please don't, no.
I don't want to spoil anything in case there's people that haven't listened to it. Go back and listen to episode 4, Four Loko.
Mm-hmm.
That was the reason why we drank a Four Loko, because it was episode 4. Great story at the end of that episode. Go back and listen. You won't be disappointed. Since we're drinking Four Lokos again, I'm only saying this. It's not really.
Excuse me, that was fucking disgusting.
This isn't really related to any. Are you good?
Yeah, I was just sitting here and I just went right in the mic.
That Big Mac pack backup.
Yo, if you guys like McDonald's, go cop a Big Mac pack. Dude, it's definitely worth it.
This episode sponsored by McDonald's.
Dude, that'd be pretty sick. You get 2 Big Macs, a 20-piece nugget, and 2 medium fries for like $20.
I feel like that would be like the holy grail of redneckedness if you were sponsored by Busch Light and McDonald's. Dude, that would be like, you have made it.
I'm being like, I really don't like McDonald's that well. Like, when I'm, like, sober.
Okay.
Because it's just, okay, it tastes good, but you really know what you're eating, and it's just dog shit.
Well,
but, like, when I'm drunk, oh, my fuck. I get a little bit of alcohol in my system, and, Bailey fucking hates it. I'm like, can we go to McDonald's, please?
You're probably going to eat McDonald's later tonight, too.
No.
Probably. No? Okay.
I got my Doba in my pickup. I forgot to take it out, but it'll be cold.
Yeah, it'll be nice and cold.
Anyways, can I say one more thing before you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I this whole thing just now hit me. In the fact of me telling my entire family that I have a podcast, Christmas is going to be hell. They're going to have so much shit on me.
Why?
They're going to give me so much shit.
Why?
I don't know.
You didn't really talk shit on your family.
No. I'm saying not like about that. Like they're going to give me shit because like I'm.
Oh, they're going to tease you about
dumb.
like.
I don't know.
Stuff you did on the pod.
I don't know. I don't really give a shit.
Shouts out to Camden's family. If you're listening right now, we appreciate you listening in.
Dude.
And you
when we
might have fucked up raising him, but you know what? He's not dead, so
we
obviously something went right.
I got to think about this the other day. Your dad's talk and my dad's talk. Once we figure out how to get guests, we got to have them sitting across the table together. That would be comedic gold.
I feel like the way that would actually be probably detrimental to our careers, our podcast careers, because I feel like both of our dads like giving us both shit. I feel like both of our dads were kind of hard asses raising us. Was your dad somewhat of a hard ass raising you?
He was lax for the most part, but he was a fucking.
But when it came down to it,
he could be a dick.
Yeah, my dad. I feel like my dad was a big softie, but also I feel like he raised me right. Like if I fucked up, he would let me know.
Yeah.
Like there was one time where I burped, and he's like, "That's your one warning." And I like burped again, and he's like, "Now you putting soap in your mouth and sitting on the step until I tell you to spit it out." That kind of shit.
Well,
like he would teach me my lesson.
Well, I can't really say much because my dad kind of. I'm the youngest, so 3 kids. My brother was kind of a hellraiser.
That's fair. I mean, if you're the third of 3 kids, at that point, your parents are giving up on you.
But
just kidding.
Well, like
I was the youngest of 2.
They're like they kind of got to the point like, okay, if he decides he wants to go do this, he's gonna fucking go do it anyways. Like,
yeah.
But also, they're like, my dad took like he was like, I guess it's like he doesn't say anything really. Like to
he'll
me,
let you fuck up.
He lets you fuck up, and then he just sits there and just like,
I'm gonna get you later. I'm gonna get you later.
Like the one time in high school that I was staying at this house and got super fucking wasted, and they couldn't find me because my phone died and blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just sitting there, and like I knew I fucked up, and my mom was fucking pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my mom was reading me the fucking right. And my dad just sitting there fucking laughing with this fucking dick little smirk.
Because he's like, there's no punishment I could do that would top this right now.
Well, like,
he's like, I could just whip your ass, but that wouldn't be nearly as fun as watching you just get emotionally tormented.
My dad took the aspect of kids are going to make mistakes, and that's the only way you fucking learn. Like, that's the way he learned. Like,
yeah.
His dad kicked the shit out of him plenty of times. He's told me stories, but like,
yeah,
you can kick my ass, but I'm still a dumb fucking teenager, and I'm gonna.
In some
go do
cases,
the same
it might
shit.
make you worse.
Yeah,
like
and
more
so,
rebellious.
Like he was more of like, okay, if you drink, call me, and I'll come pick you up.
Yeah,
and
I think my parents were kind of the same way. But our situations are a little bit different in the sense that like I didn't really drink. I'm not trying to make it seem like I was a goody two shoes and you were a horrible person. But I didn't
I was
get into the
in
same
high school.
activities as you did in high school. Like I didn't start drinking until I was in college.
Yeah.
But in terms of like leashes, my parents were pretty like, you'll have our trust until you break it. Like they would give me somewhat late curfews, and if I made it, then they're like, okay.
See, like my family would have been that way, but I was just like,
you were kind of a wild child. I mean, we've talked about it numerous times on here.
Yeah, my mom was like, yeah, you need to be home at this time. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be home at that time because I don't give a fuck.
That's a suggestion, right?
And
she's like, no, come home or you're grounded. And you're like, fuck it. I can be without PlayStation for a week.
Yeah. But, like, my dad knew I was gonna make my mistakes. He knew I was gonna learn from them. My mom knew I was gonna make my mistakes, but also was like, like she was gonna like hold me from making the mistakes. I could have been a lot nicer to my mom in high school, but she's like, "Come home," and I'm like, "Go fuck yourself. I'm not coming home."
Mom,
but
we love you.
You were saying, like your parents had like a longer leash.
Yeah, because they trusted me. And I didn't betray their trust.
My parents trusted me to do like the right thing, whether I was doing the wrong thing in the moment or the right thing.
Sounds like she was hoping you would do the right thing.
Well, that's all there was.
And ignorantly believing that you would do the right thing. You're
talking to somebody that all there was hope for me, and I somehow
all we can do now is hope for the boy. You know how we talked about how this podcast was going to be nothing about like happiness and funny stories?
But
yes, I agree. It would be great to have our dads on here. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
But what I was trying to say was, I think our dads would
end
our careers by being like, "You want to play a game called Whose Son's a Bigger Dipshit?" and talk about the stupid shit that they've done and try to make the internet see how big of idiots they were.
Funny though. We already make ourselves look like dipshits.
If we were allowed to be there and defend ourselves, that'd be great. But if we just sat those two down with mics, oh my god.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we get mics, but we have, I think, actually, we honest to God don't even need to be able to have quadruple mics. I think
we give them mics and we sit in with the conversation.
Sit with
we
the
steal the
mics.
mic away from them and be like, "Hey, listen here. This is what actually happened."
Yeah.
Whoa. Just
they sit in our positions and we sit back here.
Just rip the
and
mic
we
away
just
from
let our lives unfold. I think
that would be pretty fun.
Dude, hearing my dad talk. Your dad is more like, I don't know. We've said it. We've already talked about that. I'm not going to go down that road again. But just how they talk to us is the exact same thing.
Yeah. Just like a true, "You're my son. I'm your dad. I get to say whatever I want to you, and you have to do it."
Exactly.
You're still grimacing. Are you not feeling it?
No, I'm feeling it, but I'm still only like, yay.
That Guadalajara.
This one, I don't think this one really has a taste.
Can I just say, some of these, what?
Can I just say?
I've got something I want to say.
Jake's buzzed.
New York, can I say my shit? Okay, that's a reference to something you haven't seen.
Nope.
What flavor is USA?
It's probably like a fucking Rocket Pop or Bomb Pop.
What flavor is Rocket Pop?
Cherry, white cherry, and
it's colors.
And blue raspberry.
Just like when there's there's a gold one. What the fuck color is that? What flavor is that? When there's flavors, there's a lot of these like energy drinks that have these names of flavors. Like Bang, for example. Okay, Bang. Ready? There's a flavor of Bang called Rainbow Unicorn. What is that? That's not a flavor. Radical Skedaddle. Is that a verb? What do you mean?
Okay, a Bomb Pop is red, white, and blue, and it's cherry, lime, and blue raspberry.
But that makes sense because it's like red, white, and it's like colors. But like, what the fuck is Rainbow Unicorn?
Yeah.
What flavor is that? Star Blast. There's a Star Blast flavor.
I think the Star Blast is like this.
Okay.
It's like a Bomb Pop flavor.
There's a Gold Four Loko. What the fuck flavor is gold?
Look it up.
What flavor is gold?
Dude, all right, This might be a tall challenge.
Do you use a fruit to? I mean, what is a pear? I don't.
You milk the gold.
Is it melted down metal? Am I drinking metal? What is that?
All right.
Gold flake vodka.
All right, we're gonna call this the Grass Daddies challenge. We've had 2 Four Locos on this podcast, and I don't know about you guys, but
here we go.
We're not.
What? Okay, this is Gold Four Loko. If any,
Tutti Frutti. What?
A delicious, ready-to-drink beverage from Four Loko with sweet flavors of candied fruits combined with Tutti Frutti. Excuse me, government. What are you putting in this liquid? What the fuck is a Tutti Frutti?
Okay, can we please...
What is that?
Can we please start a Grass Daddies movement?
What is it?
DM us how your progress is going, and we're going to do it with our episodes. We got to try every flavor of Four Loko.
Oh my god.
We got to
try. Well, the last one we had sour warheads. What flavor of sour warheads? Is it just the what is that?
I don't know, but
what are these flavors? I need to start questioning what I'm putting in my body more often.
Hear me out. We start like
I'm hearing you.
We start like a tournament poster. We don't gotta do this every single episode.
I hope not. Well, I don't know. Whatever that thing spawns out of it, we're gonna have to drink.
True. But I think we go down, and because I want to discover what Four Loko. Four Loko's like a mythical beast. You really don't know what you're handling until you crack it open and drink it.
Yep.
So why not? Let's start the Grass Daddies.
Is there a pot of gold at the bottom of the gold can?
I hope so.
I want to know. Is there gold at the bottom?
Let's start a movement, the Grass Daddies movement, of trying
the Grass Daddies Four Loko challenge.
Grass Daddies Four Loko challenge. Not in one sitting. Please, under any circumstances.
We do not condone any drinking at all. I had to laugh. You just look at me and start laughing.
But
don't drink, guys. Leave it to us.
All I can say is drink responsibly. Don't be stupid. But yeah, start drinking
don't
your Four
drink
Locos.
And drive.
Yeah.
Drink before.
Drink before you drive. Don't drink and drive, dumbass. But let's go through our Four Locos.
Don't drive drunk. Don't drive
and
drunk.
Figure it out, because I want to figure this out. I'm not like dying of money, but I mean, if you can get a Four Loko 2 for $5 and they get the job done just as good as a 6-pack,
they get the job done.
I would like to find whatever flavor fits these tasty taste buds, and I can drink all the time. So
these
that's
tutti fruity taste buds.
That's our new movement.
But some of them have like sour apple. Okay, I know what flavor that is.
Yeah.
Watermelon.
This motherfucker's America. This tastes like bald eagles and freedom, baby.
Someone please tell me. Does it taste like gunpowder? I don't know.
Does it say?
I don't know.
No, it literally doesn't say. It says, government warning, women.
It just says good luck.
It says we ID.
It says, why are you drinking this?
Why is the can IDing us?
One time when I went to drink, or one time when I went to buy a Four Loko can, I had it with like, I think I had some like, I don't know what I had with it, but I had this with like a thing of some other things. I might have gotten another silo of something, and the guy like went to scan it, and he's just like, "Oh, that's alcohol. Oh, I thought that was a pop or something." Like I was trying to sneak one by him, and I'm just like, here's my ID. Like he's just like, whoa, I didn't realize that was alcohol for a second.
This is only my third day.
Okay. Do you want to hear my funny story?
Yeah, I want this episode to be a longer episode than Skip last episode, and I'm also having a blast.
So, I don't know what made me think of this. The way my brain works, I just kind of think of things that have happened to me in my past. I almost said past life.
I swear to
I've
God,
only lived one life.
Jake, I swear to God.
This is not a made up story. I
If
swear
you
to
tell
God.
me a bullshit story, I am in
This is not
full
made up.
reach of your fucking nuts.
This is not made up. I swear.
I will
I'll put that on Mama. I'll put that on Gang.
It might not hurt that bad, but I'll boot your fucking nuts just like the fucking Huskers punter, which will go fucking to the door. But
I'll put that on everything I love. This is not made up. This is 100% no cat.
All right.
Dead ass no toaster. So, I think it might be the changing of the seasons. Okay. We talked about how I worked at Da Vinci's.
Yeah.
As a delivery driver.
He was a delivery driver.
I was a delivery driver, a pizza boy, if you will. I was talking to Gabe one time when I was working there. He's like, "You slinging pizzas tonight?" That's what he said, slinging pizza.
I'm fucking sliding him up. Wham!
That's the way he described it, was slinging pizza.
Me and my little V6 Mustang, I driven around in fucking corners and slinging them pizzas.
So when I started at Da Vinci's, I was driving my Mustang, and I had the Da Vinci's topper because it gave you like an extra $1 per delivery if you had the topper on like the magnetic topper. So I was driving around Lincoln in my Mustang with a Da Vinci's topper on top of it, just skirting. So I was not driving the Mustang when this story happened.
The Mazda?
I was in the Mazda. The
Mazda. Also known as the Snow King.
Dude, that thing.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm keeping you off topic.
So, the changing of the seasons reminded me of this story because when I first started at Da Vinci's, it was like late in the year. I remember it was like kind of right after, like literally around this time. And I would work 5 to 10. So my entire shift would be dark.
Fuck that.
So winter was coming up. And this particular night that I was delivering, it was right at the beginning because I was still driving the Mazda before I got my Mustang. So it was right when I had first started there. I hadn't been there that long. I've probably been there like a month or so. So we're probably into December. This particular night where I was delivering, it was icy out. Like it had snowed or rained or whatever. The roads were icy and slick. And so by this point in my tenure as a pizza slinger at Da Vinci's, I was starting to familiarize myself a little bit more with the area because each store has a dedicated like section of town that they deliver to. So I was at 11th and G. For anyone that lives in Lincoln, you know that was in the ghetto. So our jurisdiction, if you will, was from like
jurisdiction my ass.
Like as far east as 27th, from 27th to anything west, out west, like where Lincoln's like
so
city limits, and then anywhere from like Y Street to like Highway 2. Okay, so anything within those, that's where we delivered to. So like pretty much strictly the ghetto and like kind of some southwest Lincoln ish.
So like kind of like Old Cheney, like was kind of like the.
No, Old Cheney would be further south. Old Cheney was a lot further south. Highway 2, 14th and Highway 2 is like the Jet Splash that Trace works at. Mm-hmm. There's like an Amigos there, I think.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. 14th and Highway 2. Yeah,
anything south of that would be the south location.
So
anyways,
yeah.
I'm starting to get the lay of the land.
You're trying to whip that
I'm
shit.
I'm getting a better idea of where I'm at. But whenever I'm delivering, I'll always like punch in the person's address, and I'll kind of know, okay, you know, for like if I deliver it and I know where I'm at, I'll just like I don't need to put the store's location back into my phone if I know where to get to like a main road to drive back.
Yeah.
So I typed in their address. I had made my deliveries, and I'm on my way back to the store now. And so I'm in an area that I had never been before. I'm in a neighborhood I was not very familiar with. I thought I knew where I was going to get out, but I wasn't. I didn't know where I was going. So, it's dark because it's like this time of year where it gets dark at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's icy outside. I swear to God. It's dark and icy. You're only skeptical because you think I'm lying. This is not a made-up story.
No.
100%. I promise you this is not a made-up story.
I'm just making faces because I have a really good buzz.
In a second, it's going to sound like a made-up story. That's how good of a story it is.
Oh, I think you fed me that same exact bullshit.
No, I'm telling you right now.
Episode 4. This might sound like a movie. This shit's straight out of a movie.
God, are you getting drunk?
Dude, you fucking said that to me, and I believed your fucking pie hole that entire time.
Okay. It's
Still
dark.
Salty about that.
It's dark and it's icy, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. I think I'm going west, but I'm really going east or whatever the fuck. Or I think I'm going east. I think what happened was I was trying to get back to like 27th or something, but I was really going west. I'm going up to this intersection, and before I think I'm looking at my phone and just now realizing that I'm turned around. It's like a 4-way stop. Or no, I think I have a stop. It's 2 stops and a straight through. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's icy and slick. I look up, realize I'm supposed to stop. By this point, I would have had to slam on my brakes. And there's a car that's pretty good distance away. I'm like, I'm just going to roll through. Because if I slam on my brakes right now, I'm just going to slide and I'm going to stop in the intersection in front of this car. So in my brain, it's actually safer if I just keep going.
Yeah.
I'm going to run the stop sign, but there's only one car that's 100 yards away. It'd be safer if I just roll right through.
Well, yeah.
And that's as far as my knowledge extends.
That's common sense speaking.
So I roll through the stop sign. I get my shit figured out. I realize I'm turned around. I turn around in the neighborhood. I go up. I'm at an intersection now. I know where I'm going. All of a sudden, this car that was behind me, drives out from behind me up to about my 5 o'clock, and stops, and then backs up back behind me again. And I'm like, I didn't really think much of it. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, that person probably... I noticed it, but I wasn't really thinking about it. I'm driving back to the store, and at a certain point, I realize, I think someone might be following me. Because I see headlights behind me, pretty close behind me, for my entire trip back to the store. I know it's happened to a lot... It's happened to everyone, I'm sure, at some point, where you think a car's following you, and you're like, okay, now I'm aware of it, and so you start looking at them in your rearview mirror. So
I just stopped my
So you make a turn, and you're like, okay, they follow me. Let me make another turn. They're still following me. At a certain point, you start to think, this person is definitely following me.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening at this point. I think this person is 100% following me. I get all the way back to the store, and they followed me at every single turn. I pull into the back parking lot, which is where the delivery drivers park and all the workers, and they turn into the parking lot with me. But once I turn into a stall, they keep driving through the parking lot, go through the alley, and then turn out like they're going around front. And I'm like, that was weird. I get my warmer bags, pizza carrier bags, out of my car with me. Mm-hmm. I go in through the back door. As I go into the back door, there's a lady storming into the kitchen, into the back delivery area. Mm-hmm. And she's talking to my manager at the time. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she's going on and on about, driver, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it was a Karen. The most extreme Karen I've ever seen in my life.
The roads are shitty, and she
risked
her life.
This lady was the car that was 100 yards away from me. I rolled through the intersection, and she's talking about how I drove through a stop sign, She was the one that pulled up 5 o'clock to me because I think she was trying to look at me and see me. I'm sure she took a picture.
Or take a picture of your license plate.
Or took a picture of me or my license plate numerous times. She followed me all the way back to the store. It was I remember, it was a Friday night. And this lady had nothing better to do than to follow a delivery driver around. And since I had gotten turned around, I didn't know where I was at in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
She was like, he obviously knew I was following him because he was trying to evade me. She claimed that I was trying to evade her by driving around through the neighborhoods. Either that, or she was trying to stick it on me that I was wasting time and driving around. So she was desperately trying to get me in trouble. So she was talking, she was like berating my manager and me. I was standing there, and she would say something, like she said something, and I kind of like smiled, and I was like shaking my head. And she was like, see right there, he's got an attitude. Like that kind of thing.
You're like, bitch, I don't have a fucking attitude.
And then my manager was like, stop. Like he was just trying to de-escalate the situation. And she was like, I know the Knudsens, which are like the owners of Da Vinci's. She's like, I know the Knudsens. You'll be lucky to have a job. Like she was assured that she was going to get me fired.
Lady that followed a Da Vinci driver.
I don't know. I really wish I could remember everything she said and everything I said. I think I was trying to explain. If not to her, I know I explained it to my boss. Like, I was lost. It was dark. I looked up late and saw that there was a stop sign. I didn't want to slam on my brakes to make the stop sign because I knew I was just going to slide. So I figured it was safer if I just rolled through.
So was your manager like, after she left, was like, what actually did happen?
After she left, he was like, yeah, don't worry about her. You're fine. Like, he was just listening to everything she said.
I didn't know.
Letting her basically
vent,
do her piece so she would just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And then whenever she left, he was like, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Well,
like you didn't do anything wrong. If that ever happens again, like, just... He wasn't mad at me at all. He was just... He assured me, like, you're fine. Well, it was just it was crazy. I was just thinking about this the other day. The crazy Karen experience that I had as a driver.
I mean, I have terrible road rage. I really do. But, like, anybody that's going to follow somebody because they do something, it's like, one, I would never follow anybody. But, I mean, if somebody follows me, I'm instantly stopping and being like, what are we going to do now?
Well,
because 95% of the time,
I didn't even realize it. I was honest to God, I was turned around and trying to find my way back to the store. And she was following me, and I didn't realize it until probably midway back once I actually found my way that this car has been trailing me for the last few blocks. And now every turn I'm making, I'm noticing it, and they're following me.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the, I mean, as you know, I like conflict.
Yeah, you don't have any sort of temper at all.
But even myself, that goes back to the same thing of anybody that's breaking into somebody's house is a complete psychopath. Because, like, if you're breaking into somebody's house, you don't know what's on the other side of that door. They have no sense of care for themselves. Like, you don't know what they're going to do. If somebody's breaking into a house, you don't know who or what is on the other side of that door.
That's why most robberies take place, like, during the day when people are most likely at work. Because people who are trying to rob a house, they don't want to get killed. So they're trying to go when someone's not there. So if you're home, you don't need to really worry about someone robbing you. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello, former social media manager who got fired.
Come here.
She's flipping me off.
All right, bye. I want to say it was like Crawford or Mayweather. I don't even know if it was either one of them. But, like, some guy broke into a fucking MMA fighter or a boxer's
That's
house.
actually stupid.
A boxer's house. And this boxer beat him like an inch of his fucking life. Like, this guy had a knife. But, like, what are you going to do to somebody that's literally fucking dodging this shit all their life?
That's why you were trying to rob someone, like you were in like Malibu trying to rob a rich house, and you didn't even realize it was like a prize fighter, and you walk in and you see it's like Mike Tyson, and you're like, oh shit.
Anybody, dude. Like,
that'd be crazy.
Dude, you are so strong when adrenaline kicks in. So these MMA fighters have been training this shit for their entire life.
They probably don't get adrenaline.
They have to.
Well, I mean, like, when, like, a bum walks in, they're probably like, shit.
Okay, but if somebody comes in that's, like, actually, like, posing a threat with, like, a knife,
yeah,
their adrenaline, like, probably kicks in. They're like, okay, this is life or death. I've been fighting my entire life for fun or for money.
Yeah, it probably does ramp up.
And they're like, now this could be my life or my family's life. Now you're talking to somebody that's like... But that's what I mean.
I could easily kill you, and I might have to.
Okay, I get road rage a lot, and like
we could just rage.
I get especially road rage a lot because
yeah.
people in Lincoln do drive like fucking idiots, but I'm not like one. It is fucking stupid to follow anybody anywhere. That's not something I would do. If I'm gonna fight somebody or like something's gonna happen, I want it to be on my own terms, not like. If I'm following somebody, they can leave me where the fuck they ever want. That's just stupid. Rule number 1, never follow anybody. But, like, as you know, our Walmart by Menards, it has that deal where incoming traffic is first. The other people can turn last. One day, me and Bailey are running over to Walmart. A guy pulls out in front of me. Like, in front of me. So I just... candidly swerve to him, make it look like I'm gonna hit him. I'm just taking my own
making
dad's.
Sure they're awake.
I'm just using my dad's own knowledge. Like, hey, motherfucker, this is what really could happen to you, but you're lucky I'm a nice guy and it's not gonna happen to you.
You're lucky that I don't head-on collision you.
But
you're lucky.
Like I road rage like that. But
I risk my pickup
and
to teach you a lesson.
Like. Some people, like, we'll be driving home, whatever, you know, and I'm like, come on, dude, fucking gas pedal's one on the right, fucking long, skinny one, fucking hit it. And then I'll, like, go to pass him as just some old guy, and I'm like, oh,
Isn't that the worst?
Isn't
that the worst?
You can literally ask Bailey. I literally out loud say, I'm sorry.
Lena gets really bad road rage.
Really?
She'll be like, you fucking bitch. And then we'll pass them and it'll be an old lady. And I'll be like, don't you feel bad?
Dude, it fucking.
Like an old lady going, like, just.
I only apologize to old
They're
people.
like, I'm just on the way to the nursing home.
If you're under the age of like 45, I'm fucking roasting you and I do not give a flying fuck. I will.
45?
Dude, there was.
How about like 70?
Okay, if
a 46-year-old is not that old.
If you're under the age of like 60, I'm fucking toasting your ass. 60, yeah, you're a grandpa now. Or a grandma.
My dad's over 60. Should I tell my dad's funny road rage story?
Oh, do it. Have you brought it up?
I don't know if I've told this on the podcast.
I think you did. Honestly,
did I? I don't know. See, that's the thing about some of these stories. Is I tell a lot of these stories to other people, and I can't remember if I've told them on the pod or not.
Here, let me finish where I'm going with this.
Okay.
And then you can tell that story.
It's towards the end.
There was one time Bailey and I were driving home. You guys may not know, my family lives 3 hours away. We're driving home, and this fucking bitch is following me, and she's like, fucking. Number one thing that pisses me off is if you're on the interstate and you try to pass me on the right when I'm in the fast lane. Because listen, motherfucker, you will get your turn. If I feel like I'm hindering traffic.
If they're deciding to go like 15 over.
But listen, if I see you hauling ass on my ass, I will get over for you.
Yeah.
I will let you by.
Yeah, if I see someone coming up hard, I'm going to get in the right lane, let them go by, and then get back to the left past the semi or whatever.
If I'm in this lane, I'm in this lane for a fucking reason. And you do not pass me on my fucking right if I'm fucking doing something.
Because normally what's happening is you're in the left lane getting ready to pass someone, and then they come flying up and then weave between you and the person you're getting ready to pass.
Well, I drive, but I typically drive fast. Unless, like, for Thanksgiving, I always take my guns back. I don't drive fast then because, one, if I do get pulled over, then you're just opening up a can of worms of, like...
But you own them all legally.
Yeah, all my guns are owned legally, but you still go through the whole thing of them checking them all, and you have to explain, hey, I have 2 guns in the back of my pickup, blah, blah, blah. This is where my driver's license, this is where my registration.
Because if a cop hears gun, they're just like, well, this just went from a 15-minute check to a 2-hour check.
Yeah, like, if I ever get pulled over, I've never gotten pulled over. Never.
Sus.
But... Like,
sus.
My dad's always taught me, hey, if you do ever get pulled over with guns in the vehicle, just tell them, I have my gun back here. This is where it's at. Blah, blah, blah. But, so I don't drive fast when I have guns because if I do, that's just making my trip last longer. If I get pulled over and then they got to
You're risking a longer trip.
Check the fucking guns, blah, blah, blah. But... This one time, this fucking lady, this was when I didn't have my guns in my vehicle, and I was driving, I was probably going fucking 80, 83. I usually go 83. And this bitch is like swerving in and out, trying to fucking pass me. And I'm like, now you're driving reckless, and now you're fucking pissing me off.
Yeah.
So she tried to pass me on my right, so I'd speed up and pin her behind a semi.
Oh. Pick and roll, baby.
And this went on for like fucking 15 miles.
Damn.
And like, so she would try to pass me on the right. So then I'd speed up and I'd get right next to the semi. And then I'd slow down and go the semi speed.
Bailey's like, can we stop at that gas station? I have to pee. And you're like, shut up.
Dude, this lady was getting so pissed off. Because I'd get up right next to a semi. And then I'd go the same speed as a semi down the interstate. So there's no way she could
So
pass.
petty.
Well, like... But at this point, it's like, okay, you're taking, like, road rage. Okay, I understand. This is my road rage. Or I'll speed up to somebody and be like, fuck you.
Who are you flipping off?
But...
It's just a camera over there.
No, that's our listeners. But, like...
Claire? You listening?
But, you know what I mean? Like, you driving like a jackass. And I've kind of came to that. Like, I don't want to drive like a jackass, especially if I'm road raging, because... I could cause an accident. There could be an entire fucking car, like a family.
Yeah.
Like kids. I don't want that.
I don't want that on my hands.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I don't want that blood on my hands.
Anyways, back to Rudy. Now that I'm over with that.
I don't think I told this story. I'm almost certain I haven't told it on the pod.
I think you did. If not,
I don't think I told it on the pod.
They can get a reset.
I don't think I told this on the pod. Because I was a little bit worried about the ending. Whether it would appeal to certain audiences. So,
can we just say this is a comedic podcast? Everything on here is for comedy and comedy only. No need to get your panties in a twist.
The reason why I don't think I told this is because I have to tell this explanation in the beginning about my dad's ear. Tell us, dude. So my dad is deaf in his left ear. Out of nowhere, he just lost the hearing in his left ear, and he said it felt like it was plugged.
Was it vertigo?
Or whatever. They basically don't know exactly what happened to it. He went to a doctor. He went and got it cleaned out. Didn't help. He did get sick once, but he did go to like an ear, nose, and throat specialist. And they looked at it. They did like a hearing test. He has like 0 hearing in his left ear. And I was literally in the office with the doctor, and he was like, because he looked at his ear, he could look at everything, and basically they're like, it doesn't really look like anything out of the ordinary. It might just be some kind of virus that attached itself onto like the stuff in your ear that makes it so you can hear.
Yeah.
So essentially my dad is like deaf in his left ear. And so they were trying to make it so he could get a cochlear implant. But in order to qualify for one through insurance, he had to wear a hearing aid for a specific amount of time, while not being able to hear. So basically, insurance, in order to qualify for insurance, he had to get a hearing aid, prove that the hearing aid didn't help in order to qualify to get a cochlear implant, which is a whole different thing that enables you to be able to access the hearing in your ear.
Yeah, it's like they surgically attach something.
Like to your skull.
Yeah, they surgically attach to your skull and they tap it. My mom used to like deal with like deaf kids. She was like certified in sign language.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. It was like they tap into. Fuck, I don't even know, but they tap into something.
Well, it's like a magnet or something.
Yeah.
That goes onto your skull, and then there's another thing. Yeah. I'm not an expert on it, and I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on it.
I want to say it goes through like your nerves or something.
It might. I don't know.
Your nerves, and it sends like something.
Vibrations or whatever, because that's essentially what hearing is vibrations inside your ear.
I don't know.
That translate. If
any of you guys know, DM us.
Yeah, please do. If there's any ear doctors out there or experts that
listen to our. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh. Our stupid podcast.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. My dad was driving along. He pulls up. He has his hearing aid in, which is what he thinks is what sparked this whole incident. This car pulls up with a couple teenage boys in it.
And a girl, right?
No. It was two boys. This is what I mean. It was two guys.
You never explained that to me.
It was a guy and his friend. Assuming. And they had an air horn. And they must have seen my dad's hearing aid and thought it would be funny. So they honked their air horn, and it like scared my dad at first because it was a nice day. He had the window rolled down. Yeah. And it like made my dad jump. He can't hear out of his left ear, but he still heard like a sound.
It sound's gonna travel.
Yeah, so he could hear it, and he kind of looks over, and these kids are kind of like laughing, and they're like, "Oh, did I scare you?" And my dad just immediately was like, "I'm glad to see that's the way you guys like to have fun." And then the kid just goes, "Hey, fuck you, old man." And my dad just goes, "No, not fuck me. How about fuck you and your girlfriend?" And then he said they both just were silent, and they just like looked forward and didn't say anything until the light changed. And my dad was just looking at them, waiting for them to look or say something else. And neither one of them had the balls to look over and say anything again. They just waited for the light to change, and they sped off. So when you said people under the age of 60 are old or whatever, that's what made me think of it, because the guy going, "Sorry," or "Fuck you, old man."
Yeah.
Because my dad, I guess.
Well, no.
My dad knows he's getting older, but I don't know if he necessarily took offense to the old man comment.
Rudy and Mize is like 56.
Whatever. It was just the whole, my dad was. Yeah. He was just driving, minding his own business, and they must have saw that the hearing aid in his left ear. And they were just trying to be funny or prank him or whatever.
I mean, I was at the age.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to scare you.
I can't say anything because I was at that age. I think you were at the age too.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably do that too.
Now I'm just like,
it's funny. It's funny to think about.
Now that we're adults, it's like
that kind of prank isn't really that funny.
Oh,
you're hindering
I just scared an old man.
I made a loud noise and scared someone. Oh.
Yeah, like, oh my fucking god.
So, Lena just last night, she was like, I have to ask you a question. There's this trend on TikTok. So, what do you think? What was it? She basically was like, if I was to get in a fight in public, what do you think would someone have to do or say to me in order to make me fight them? And have you heard of this?
Yeah, we should do that together. Hey.
Let me ask you first, because this is where I wanted to go with what I was trying to say. Well, for you, I could probably answer for you.
No, go.
But oh yeah, I have to answer for you, and you have to answer for me.
Yeah.
So ask me.
What would something be if you were out in public?
No. You're asking me what I think would be for you.
Oh, what do you think that would be something that somebody would have to say for me to get in a fight?
Anything. No, I would say if someone shit talked you, you would immediately, if someone shit talked you, you'd be like, fuck you. And then if someone got in your face, okay, here's my honest reaction. Here's my honest answer to that question. No. Here's my honest answer to that question. I think if someone got physical with you, only then would you fight them. I think any amount of insult throwing or shit talking, you would express your mind verbally back to them, but I don't think it would ever come to blows with you unless they like pushed you, because I've seen it happen with the door in the bathroom at work where you get pissed. There's like a jerk reaction. The one time where I like pushed the chair into you when you were vacuuming or sweeping and you like shoved it out of your way. Like there's a knee-jerk reaction there. Your anger bell goes off, but it's when something is initiated with you physically. Is that fair?
This is my thing. Yes, that side is fair. There's two things I don't fuck with. That's disrespecting women.
Oh yeah, you have talked about that. You've told me about that.
If I'm ever out in public and I see you disrespecting women, I will get physical with you because I do not give a fuck.
Guys disrespecting women.
Yeah, guys disrespecting women. Women fighting women. Well, that's an evil.
You can't. You can't.
I can't step into that. That's your guys' problem. You guys brought that drama or whatever's going on, drama, blah blah blah. That you brought that upon yourself. You guys are equals. Well, that made me sound sexist as fuck.
No.
I'm saying like,
if a girl is fighting a girl, you can't step in and whip the girl that's winning.
No,
I don't.
Like, yeah, exactly. But now, if a guy's being disrespectful to a woman or anything like that, yeah, then those are fighting words. And I don't give a fuck. If you lay a hand on me, you better swing first. I'm gonna wait for you to swing first.
Yeah.
Because then that's not gonna come down on me.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'll ask you the same question. What do you think would happen? What would have to happen in a public setting? What would someone have to do or say in order to make me fight them?
I would say you're kind of probably the same. Like somebody like verbally, it's not gonna fucking bother you. I feel like verbally we're the same mentality. We can take a lot of shit. We can carry that, and we can just fire it right back at them. I think if somebody's gonna like physically touch you, like if I walked up to you and I physically shoved you, then it's probably game on. Anybody like was talking shit on Lena, it'd probably be game on. Game on.
You're close. I'll tell you the answer that I told Lena. I don't really care if someone does or says anything to me. It doesn't really hurt my feelings that much because I know you're just a fuckhead. If you do something or say something to someone that I care about, i.e. someone in my friend group, my girlfriend, one of my siblings, parents, then I'm going to get really fucking heated. Like, and this is what made me think of it. Because I told my dad, like, if I was with him, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
My dad may have been, fuck these kids. But I would have said something that would have made them.
Well,
I would have. I don't even know what I would have said. I would have leaned over him and said, you want to fucking say that again? You want to say that to me? You guys want to pull over?
There's a difference. Like, and
Because I don't really care if someone's insulting me. It doesn't bother me that much.
Now that I'm thinking that, like, yeah, like I got a good head on my shoulders. Like I can take all the shit people hand me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Like, you know, I mean, if someone shoves you or punch, that's one thing. But like, if someone was like,
if you're like, hey, you're a piece of shit, I'm like, my one response is, yeah, maybe I am.
Huh?
What the fuck does it matter to you? Like, I don't really give a fuck what you think about me.
Yeah.
You fucking low life, fucking piece of shit degenerate. Like,
but if someone was like, I don't know, shit talking you or like shit talking Lena, I'd be like, you want to shut your fucking mouth up real quick? It would piss me off a lot more.
That's what I'm trying to recap on mine. Like, if somebody's like shoves Jake or like talking shit on you, I'm gonna be like, yeah, like, or like shoves you. Fuck yeah, I'm gay man. There's
something different about defending someone else versus defending yourself.
I'm a defender. I don't like. That's what I mean. Like, if somebody like shoves you, I'm gonna instantly jump right in. But if somebody shoves me, I'm gonna be like, you want to fucking swing first?
Like if we go to the bars and someone, granted, you'll probably be the one to provoke it. Like if we're at the bars and someone like shoves you, oh my god, they're gonna be flying through a table.
Like, but
they're getting across the middle. Ed Reed blindsided by me.
No matter what, like,
top of the head to the temple.
No matter what, like if somebody like shoves me, if you shove me, I'm gonna be like, shove you back and be like, get the fuck off me. Like, you don't want to fucking do this.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I might be pissed off enough that I'm going to keep like, let's go, motherfucker. Like, fucking hit
There's
me.
a difference between like defending yourself and like, my friend is hurt. Oh, fuck. Is your mic on? Oh, we didn't plug your computer in. That's sus. We should probably wrap it up.
Well, now.
Fuck. All right, I'm not sure when exactly that happened, but we just now realized that Cam's mic has been cut off for a long period of time. So the audio for I don't know how long is going to be probably kind of wonky.
I honestly think it just died.
Whether I keep it mine in and have his come through the phone, or if I just make both of our voices come through the phone for however long that took place.
Or just cut mine out. I don't know.
No, we won't do that. I think we should probably wrap it up here.
Yeah.
We've been going for a lot. Did you finish yours? Magic mini fridge coming in clutch. Four Locos again. Run it back. Another one. Thank you guys.
Don't forget the Grass Daddies Challenge. Go in our description on our Instagram at shankygolf.com. Code GRASS for 15% off any of your purchases.
Yep.
Follow the Grass Daddies Podcast on Instagram. Jake, Daddy Lawn Legs, Daddy LAWN Legs on TikTok.
Yeah.
Has been posting some pretty cool shit.
Oh.
It's kind of at Grass Daddies. It's kind of personal.
Just go check it out. You won't be disappointed.
You
won't be disappointed. You know, I come to play.
My
I don't mess around.
Is at Turf Cam.
Okay.
I haven't
Turf Cam.
Posted on it.
Follow it.
It's cold and shitty out there.
Give it a look-see poo.
But yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, leave it a like, give a comment. Audio only on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Spotify, you can comment, correct?
I don't know. Prove me wrong. Comment. Yeah. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and if I see it, I'll shout it out. Until next time.
DM us on Instagram. Anything you want to hear?
Anything you want to hear? Comment. Questions. Until next time.
Don't forget about the Grass Daddies Challenge. DM what your favorite Four Loko is.
Until next time. If you're that lady that followed me home from Da Vinci's,
go fuck yourself.
I hope you're dead.
I don't like talking. I can't fucking hear anything anyways.
Thank you guys.